Hey there and happy Tuesday, everyone. So I'm wrapping up today's demos for Stephanie Carmichael, and I think you guys are really gonna love how simple and easy that this card comes together with just some basic supplies. And hey there, Ginger, good to have you on here. And so let me show you, here we go. The cards. So I'm using the Memories and More line of products. I love sometimes just having something that's a little quicker and easier to use. And that's the note cards from the Heart and Home, Memories and More, Note Cards and Envelopes. So long title. Heart and Home, Memories and More, Note Cards and Envelopes. And I'll show you where they're at in the mini catalog, and using some of that pretty paper. But the paper, of course, steals the show and makes the card really come together. And people just arrived. It sounds like grandkids came. I was trying to put this in before they got here, but that's okay. Grandpa's with them. Just so you know, they're not running around on their own. And here we go. I want to pull up my iPad so I can catch your questions and such. And I will get to making the card for you guys. Let me get my camera turned around so you guys have an easier view too. Okay. And then here we go. Here is the card in person the right way. Here's the envelopes. I love the color of these, kind of a light grayish blue with stripes. And then we've got this, and it's a little bit larger size too than a regular card. So what I'm pulling together is retiring products as well as things that are current. So the Sailing Home stamp set, love this stamp set. I love the lighthouse. I love the boats and anchor and different things there. Hi, Mary. And there's also coordinating dies. But where you can find the Sailing Home stamp set is in the annual catalog on page 51. Oh, Mackenzie wants an apple. Okay, so you can see all of those images there, and then the dies are on page 165. So even though that it kind of was originally sold as a bundle, the dies and stamp set are sold separate now, and this has that little distinctive image there or marking to let you know that it's that special kind of stamp set where you ink it up with one color of ink and it just kind of takes on different shades of that too, which is great. Hi there, Connie. Thanks for popping in. All right. And then in the mini catalog here, that's where you'll see the Heart and Home products. And so you've seen me use like the bundle and the accessories and different things, but today I'm drawing your attention to page 59 and these note cards and envelopes. So I've used in the past the kind of shiplap ones with the smaller envelopes. So today I'm using these note cards and those envelopes. So that is where that's coming from. Oh, and before I forget, I'm going to quick flip to page 43. And I know you guys will all go, yes, we know that paper. The New Horizons 6x6 Designer Series paper. You can see that. That's what I'm using. That's going to steal the show. Okay. And here we have those note cards and envelopes. So like I said, I used up all the small ones a couple months ago demoing things for you. Hi there, Fran. Hi, Arlene. So I'm going to pull out one of the envelopes here. And this, so it comes pretty big. This actually kind of reminds me of my grandpa's overalls that he wore, the key bibs, you know. I don't know if that rings a bell for the older generation. My grandpa wore bibs all the time. I don't know if I ever saw him in anything but overall bibs. He had dress ones, work ones, but that's what he wore all the time. So this kind of reminds me of that fabric. There we have it. And let me just grab a regular size card. Here, this is one that I've made recently just to kind of compare. So this is the normal size card that I make, and you can see that these note cards and envelopes are a little bit bigger than that, a little bit taller and such. And I like to compare that just because when you see that, you'll go, okay, that makes sense. So they're almost the same width, maybe just a little wider, but definitely taller. But the envelopes match, so it's great that they provide the envelopes with it. Love that. And so I can set that aside. And then, of course, we have to make today's card, like all sorts of options when it comes to the New Horizons paper. Like I could have put a sailboat here, you know. I thought this almost maybe looked a little frozen or icy, so I didn't want to go with that. But what pattern that I really liked was this, just really lots of sky to work with and some water, as it looks like on this. I'm just going to grab one of these 6x6 sheets here. Gonna set aside my catalog and stamp set, and then this card, you guys, comes together so easy. So I'm taking the 6x6 piece, and I'm just going to put it on the 3-inch mark there and just cut it in half. So I've got 2 strips of that, and I can now make 2 cards with 1 sheet of the 6x6. So let me take, I don't think it really matters, they're pretty similar. Take this, I'm just going to stamp right on it with my Sailing Home stamp set. Oh yes, Fran says stripes remind me of seersucker. And yes, that too, it kind of does, kind of that fun nautical summery look. But when you say that, I'm like already thinking I know exactly what that fabric feels like. Oh, fun. Okay, so with Night of Navy ink here, I'll open that up. And I'm just going to ink up the smaller, in that stamp set there's 2 sailboats here, so there's a larger one and a smaller one. I'm using the smaller one. Oops, I just about knocked over my camera when I went to set down my stamp set. Sorry about that, guys. Wow. Okay, so I'm just going to ink up the smaller one here, and I want to get the sail so it goes above the horizon there and peeks out. So just stamping that navy. Doesn't that just look fun? It looks like it's almost part of the paper. And then next I am going to stamp out some birds here, and that comes in the stamp set, some gulls, I should say, to be more specific. Just going to stamp those out kind of above there, like so. And then next I'm going to take my Night of Navy and just stamp the sentiment, let hope be your anchor through the storms of life. And I'm just going to ink that up on some basic white cardstock there, and that's going to get ran through the cut and emboss machine here with the die. So the Smooth Sailing Dies has this, and it fits that sentiment perfect. And the other things in here, I sometimes forget about this cool looking like seaweed kelp. Then they've got like the nautical knot, the anchor. There's just lots of great dies in here. And this that looks like your sailing cord. And even for the image of the compass in the stamp set, they've got some little spinners and such for that too. So just lots of fun stuff in here. And great for masculine card, great for encouragement card, things like that too. All right, so let me now take this. I'm gonna move that aside so I don't accidentally dump it in my navy ink pad. Okay, and hi Heidi, thanks for joining in. And this is my mini machine. So I'm just gonna quick run that through. And there's just a few days left where the mini machine is $48 instead of $60. So it's 20% off for that, as well as a few of the bundles. So, whoops, want you to know that. And we've got that. And so this die cuts that out, and then you can see the little stitched edges on there as well. And the only other thing kind of that I added besides this fun paper and the great note cards then is just a little piece of Misty Moonlight. I cut this, since this is, excuse me, 3 inches by 6 inches. I cut this then 6 inches by 3.5, and I'm just going to layer now this on top of the Misty Moonlight. So the top and the bottom will line up, and there'll be about a 1/4 inch then on either side. And I think that just kind of adds a nice little border to tie in the colors from this, and then also give it a nice base against these stripes there too. Okay, Deb, I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm not even going to repeat what you typed either. That's great. I love it that you're watching though. Hi, Deb. Hi, Diane. And now this piece can go right on that note card base. So I love the Misty Moonlight, how that coordinates with the Misty Moonlight stripes, but I love the deeper pop of color that the navy ink gives that. And this I'm just going to center like so, and then it's almost done. And what I'm going to do next is grab a little bit of embellishment, which I wanted some baker's twine and fan baker's twine, even though this doesn't look like baseball and sporting. For some, sailing is sporting and such, but when you look at this and go, oh yeah, that's from that new kind of baseball set, but I wanted some blue baker's twine, so this worked out perfect. What I'm gonna do is get this kind of ready to put on my card by putting my dimensionals on here right away. I'm gonna put 4. It kind of seems like overkill maybe for a little tiny spot, but not too much. So those are all ready to go there. And then I'm just gonna take this around 4 fingers, 1, 2, 3 times, and trim that off like so. And so I've just got it wrapped around like that. And then I'm just gonna kind of put this down. And I know there's really no right or wrong way. It just kind of is this loose mess. But then I kind of try and pull it apart and try and not make it look too sloppy, but I need to pull it apart somewhat to kind of get some to show on either side of this. And I think that just adds some dimension to the card like so. And since those dimensionals are on there, then it just adheres that baker's twine to it and just keeps everything anchored down. Get it? Anchor. So that's it for the front. And I thought about different embellishments that I could put on here, but I didn't want to take away from the pretty paper and the stripes. And I thought just adding this little bit will add a little bit of texture and something to make it look special. And it's kind of sometimes hard to add embellishments when there's water and sky, like what are you highlighting and different things. So I wanted to leave that for that purpose. And then in the inside, I want it to be like an encouragement card, and leaving the inside blank just seemed like that was a good choice. So I'm going to stamp on the bottom here that sailboat again, and then up in the other opposite top corner, I'm going to once again stamp the gulls. So there's plenty of space to write in there like that, but it just kind of follows through with that theme there. Hi, Julie. Thanks for sharing, Diane. And so we've got that, and then how fun that it coordinates beautifully with the envelope too. Hi there, Pam. So today's card comes together actually really quick and easy because this paper's perfect. The note cards are already cut and scored for you, so that makes today's project easy, and the envelopes are right there with it too. So love things like that for a little bit of shortcut, but a card that comes together that doesn't make it seem like you cut any corners at all. Hi there, Pam. And so that is card number 3, guys, are ready for Stephanie Carmichael's virtual demo. And like I said, she's still going to be holding her party open for a little bit longer. And, but then after that, so you can still order, but as soon as you order, I will have cards ready to send out in the next week or so for that. So how you can get her 3 cards that I'm demoing is place a minimum $25 order using her host code, and then she gets the credit. Your order ships directly right away, and then you get the 3 cards that I've demoed today, yesterday, and Friday as a thank you from both of us too. Thank you, Joyce. And yes, Dwayne's back there. He's probably like, when can you come help with the grandkids? Which will be right now because I'm going to be done here. So now I'm taking a break because I'm done with my 10 card demos. I'm done with Stephanie's demos for her. And this weekend, if you're in the Okoboji area, hit me up and check me out as far as what's going on. And I can see, come here, Mackenzie. I can see you. And oops, Mackenzie wants to come say hi. Say hi, Mackenzie. Say hi. There's Mackenzie. So this weekend I'll be in Okoboji, so I won't be doing any live videos. And then it's windy out. Bear with us, right? Then Weston wants to say hi too. Do you want to say hi? Say hi. All right. And then next week, Tuesday, probably is when I will do my next live video for you guys. And I'll start another April series of 10 cards for you. So, yes, very good. Have a great evening, guys. Bye-bye.